Hello everyone and good evening, welcome back to round 2 of the Ford Escort Rs 1600s from NXTGEN Racing. Unfortunately I had a nightmare with the first race, I forgot to turn my mic on. So what was an extremely good commentary was not actually had. So I'm sorry about that, but hopefully you can hear me now. Yep, I'm definitely commentating that. Right, so if you watched the last race, you'll know the results, but I won't ruin it for anyone that hasn't watched it. But it was a very good 25-minute feature race, and this time 5 minutes qualifying, so everyone, as you can see, out at the same time to get some laps in. Watkins will be the first to cross the line to get a lap underway. So this is 5-minute qualifying, followed by a shorter sprint race, 15 minutes. And then Charlie's not got the greatest of starts as he almost threw it into the wall. But anyway, here we go. Qualifying 5 minutes. Every driver going to try and pick up a slipstream. Watkins is probably in the worst place for this actually, as he takes a whole load of curb and a bit more. And then Charlie will cruise past, and who was that taking extraordinary lengths there? Oh, I believe that was Mr. Scooby G, indeed it was. So I feel like I should run through the format again for this season, because obviously I screwed up big time last race. So the format is 2 races per night. A feature race of 25 minutes and a sprint race of 15 minutes. Obviously we're here at Watkins Glen Short in New York, a 2.4 mile track, 11 corners, 7 right, 4 left. And these mighty little beasts hitting 120 horsepower, 4 gears, maxing out 1, 2, 4 miles an hour. Probably not around this track. Definitely hitting that at some place, at some other tracks we're going to be visiting. As NGLE, everyone's a bit out of shape on the penultimate corner, as the drivers will come across the line now. I don't imagine either of these two will be fastest. Watkins will be ahead of NGLE momentarily. And it is it's One High Mofo who has taken the honours so far. This is as close as the race will be, hopefully as close as the race will be. Where's everyone else? So Dave Finn is 9th, Nobody Ned in 8th, Webby's and Johnny in 7th. And then a whole gaggle of cars. MLV is in 6th there. One High Mofo never qualified on pole position. Only had 3 pole position drivers last season, and there's only 1 on the grid this season, and that is Njali, the man in the green. When it comes to it, there we go. So big opportunity for everyone else. Only had 3 winners as well last season, and that's changed already. This season we've had 1 new winner to the championship. I won't tell you who it is. Go and watch it from the last race, obviously without commentary, unfortunately. But I hope the race is as good as this qualifying session. At least it's close. One High Mofo's in the wall, ruining MLV's lap as well, so MLV won't improve. One High Mofo on pole, so he won't be too bothered, but I don't think it's going to last. And Jarlee's going to come across the line. Where does he put himself? Are you ready for everything to change? Yes, Scooby G's gone quickest. Yet to get a pole position in this series. And these guys have just about sneaked in another lap. Webby's and Johnny up to 6th. MLV down to 7th. I don't think these guys have got another lap in them. No, they haven't, but I think these guys have. Scooby G gone quickest by less than a 10th. As I was saying, he's quite renowned for winning series throughout NXTGEN, but he's yet to win a race, yet to get a pole position, and yet to get a fastest lap in this series. Had, I think, 3 podiums it was last season, one of them being here. Could we be on to a good start for the green machines? As we quickly run through the series track list this season. We've got Watkins, Glen short, followed by Sonoma, a new track, Willow Springs, Sugo, where top 5 will be reversed, and then Zolder, Alton Park, or Knock Hill, depending on numbers. Obviously, those that know project cars know that Knock Hill can only hold 12 cars. So if we've got the 9 that we've got at the moment, that would be great. We'll be able to do Knock Hill. As the drivers cross the line, and Whitford has nicked pole position off of Scooby G. There we go. NGR Lee's up to 2nd as well. One Mofo down to 4th. So there's your grid. Whitford with his first ever pole position. And let's continue. After Knock Hill, there's a 1 week break. Then we've got Lyddon Hill. That'll be a random grid because there's no pit, so you can't do qualifying. And then we've got Brands Hatch or Cadwell again on numbers. Silverstone International, Le Mans Bugatti, where the top 5 will be reversed. Oschersleben, and then Nürburgring combined, where we will finish the season. But there we go. Let's get into the race. Who's that bumping up and down? Looks like one Mofo's been a bit skewiff there. They're all over the place on the grid, but we're underway, and Whitford looking to convert pole position into the win in the sprint race. Got a great start last time out, but he's not got as good a start this time, as he's coming under pressure from NGR Lee. Well, about behind, One High Mofo has moved up to 3rd, ahead of Scooby G. Beckinsale, well, it would be lovely if we could see what was happening. There we go. But everyone through safely again. Dave Finn and Numpty Ned had a good little ding dong throughout the whole race last time round, but first lap, and we're going in it straight away. There we go, bump drafting all over the shop. Whitford will do well to hold on to the lead at the end of this lap. So hit the inner loop for the first time. NGR Lee's gone a bit deep and he's cut across the grass. Scooby G's going to try and get 2 cars at once, and he's gone through the middle to take 2nd place. Away from NGR Lee and One High Mofo. Beckinsale in the background's trying to get in on the action as well, as his web user Johnny's just trying to close the gap. And he was in his battle last race. MLV also trying to keep tabs on everyone. Oh, a little bit of contact. One High Mofo just bounced out wide there, and that's going to allow web user Johnny to get the run. Under a lot of pressure is web user Johnny from MLV, and there we go. MLV is going to look to get down the inside at turn 1, and should get it done in the length he's alongside. But it's Whitford who just about, well, I say just about, 6 tenths per second ahead, held on to the lead after lap 1. And there goes MLV using a bit of the curb. He was very quick down the straights in the first race, in the feature race. Let's see if he can do it again, but just ahead. This is a whole gaggle of cars. Nothing to separate them, and thankfully these drivers were very similar last season, so they all know each other fairly well, especially with racing in other series. Contact behind, absolute carnage. NGR Lee's involved, as is Scooby G and One High Mofo again. He always seems to be the unlucky one who gets involved. Dave Finn's got through, and so did Numpty Ned, up to 5th place on weekend debut, as well as MLV up to 4th. Web user Johnny up to 3rd. Beckinsale into 2nd. Wow, what's going to happen now? The carnage of the sprint race is really on. Beckinsale, best result last season was 3rd at Brands Hatch, and if he keeps it where he is, he will improve on that. Web user Johnny pulled away from MLV a little bit now, and Numpty Ned isn't too far away either. One High Mofo is ahead of NGR Lee, and I can only imagine NGR Lee was the cause of that, because of the fact he wasn't spinning and going very slowly. And just doing the sportsman-like thing to do. And Dave Finn might have been caught up a little bit, or had a previous dilemma, because he didn't really make the most of it, unlike his challenger Numpty Ned. But Dave Finn. NGR Lee is back down the inside of One High Mofo, who will not give up without a fight, that is for sure, I can guarantee you that. Whitford still a healthy gap at the front, 0.8 of a second. Meanwhile, MLV and Web User Johnny side by side. MLV should get the move and position done. Yes, he booked that well. Web User Johnny to settle him back into 4th place. MLV on the podium positions now, and Numpty Ned with a great run on Web User Johnny. Can he move himself up to 4th place? Not quite yet. Behind NGR Lee, recovering. Very similar to what he did last season. He fell right down towards the back and had to recover. But obviously that was that 40-minute race. So bit of a difference, 40 minutes to 15. And Dave Finn has meanwhile dropped to the back of the field behind Scooby G. NGR Lee looking to go the long way round of Numpty Ned. He's dropped off the back of Web User Johnny, unfortunately, but learning a lot, I'm pretty sure, on his debut weekend in these cars, as One High Mofo also goes down the inside of his former livery friend One High Mofo in Numpty Ned's livery last season. But back at the front, Beck and Sal just under half a second now to Whitford for the lead. MLV 5 seconds back from the lead, almost 6 seconds back, pulling away from Web User Johnny. And handing about, Web User Johnny. Whitford has been caught a fair bit in that last few corners, and it's down to 0.2 now, the gap, and Beckinsale looking to get his first ever victory on the board, and I wouldn't put it past him. Meanwhile, back in behind, Web User Johnny has fallen behind NGR Lee, who's back up to 4th place. Sorry, it was Web User Johnny's coming back at him, in fact. Can he do it? No, he can't quite make it happen. One Eye Mofo is going to also tow himself along behind NGR Lee, but can't quite do it there, but he will look to stay with him. Meanwhile, back at the front, Beckinsale trying to line up a move. Whitford running pretty wide there. We'll keep an eye on that. Dave Finn has gone to the pits. Maybe, I don't know why. Can only assume he lost it out of the final corner, unfortunately ending up in the pits. Slipstream will definitely kick in, very strong in these cars, despite their size. There we go. Beckinsale just taking his time, biding his time, keeping on the track and in the race. He's got a great opportunity to take a win here, and he doesn't want to throw it away by doing something silly. NGR Lee has closed back up to MLV for the final step on the podium. That would be definitely one to keep an eye out for in the moment. Maybe it's Johnny's fallen now behind One Eye Mofo, but Numpty Ned still in his mirrors. Scooby G struggling to keep up or close up on his fellow racers. Dave Finn has returned from the pits and he's back on his way, and I think that will be a 9th place finish unless something miraculous happens to someone else on his part, but it did happen in the last race, so go and check that out. See what I'm talking about. Beckinsale getting a bit out of shape into turn 1, and in fact losing about half a second. But NGR Lee now making the most of a little mistake from NGR MLV as he moves back onto the podium. One High Mofo also looking to follow Lee through, but having been caught up a little bit behind Web User Johnny, is not going to be able to make the most of that. MLV very quick down the straights last race, and showing real fight and determination as well. Will he be able to get back past Lee and keep him honest? Gap at the front, still 8 attempts. It's just under 6.5 minutes remaining, so we're over halfway. And Scooby G is now right on the tail of Numpty Ned. Will he be able to do anything shortly? Don't think he'll be able to do it here, but he'll certainly look to line him up. Scooby G, the winners of the Group A Tours last season. And here we go, this is going to be the move. But he's actually got a bit of a shabby exit compared to Numpty Ned there. And fair play to Ned on getting a very good run and getting his elbows out. But I dare say Scooby G will get a better run up the hill and into the inner loop. So Ned just using a bit too much of the curve, and already Scooby G is alongside, and it should be an easy move up to 7th for Scooby. And indeed he has, but will Ned come back at him? He's having a look, but yeah, not close enough, and probably sensibly backs out. And Jarly now pulling away, but still a massive 7 second or 6.5 second gap to Beckinsale. A 7 second lead to the front. So I don't think he's going to do that unless these two come to blows. And I wouldn't be surprised if it did, to be honest. They're both very good drivers, not known for their collisions, but when a first ever win is on the cards, you're getting your claws out. It can get can get messy. So this season, well, at least this week, first race of the season, season 13 champion Fun Zaxby's TV is not with us. Not sure whether we'll be doing the whole season or missing the whole season or just tonight. But it definitely gives an open door to someone else to take the championship. And Jarly is definitely the favourite for this. But here we go for the lead. Beckinsale having to go a long way round into the inner loop. He's backed out. And will settle back behind in second place for now, but you can see the eagerness of Beckinsale. All he needs now is to put his lights on and he'll look even more ready. Don't know, maybe fash a little bit, might distract Whitford. MLV keeping Njali honest, not letting him run away. One high mofo in his traditional 5th place. Finished 5th, what, I think 4 or 5 times last season. Yeah, 4 times last season he finished 5th. And it was quite surprising considering the pace he had. And we're battling towards the front of it very often. Just quite unlucky and just pushing a bit too hard at times. And I feel like this season he'll be a lot better prepared. Now he's won a couple of races in other series. So definitely keep an eye out on him. Webuse and Johnny still in 6th. Scooby G trying to close him down. Numpty Ned still there, keeping him honest, but the lead battle as they come up the hill. I feel like this might be the time. But will Beckinsale just sitting behind and wait till the final lap of the race? That is the question. Don't think he will. Doesn't look like he's gonna. As he's gonna try it and pull alongside. He's been sent the long way around again from Whitford. Whitford should be able to keep it position on the brakes. Or will he? Beckinsale's gone for it. I don't know where Whitford is. Let's go back. There's a little bit of a contact there, it looked like. Yes, there was. They're still side by side as they come round the next corner. At turn 7. Beckinsale really forcing the issue. And he's going to have the inside line for the penultimate corner, and he's got the position now. So Beckinsale leads this race, looking for his first ever victory in the Escorts. Whitford come second a fair few times, and he's not going to want to come there again. He's having a look, just trying to get into Beckinsale's mirrors and force Beckinsale a little bit wide. Will Whitford now be able to make the most of it? Flash your lights, son, go on, try and put him off. No, he's not doing it, but he's going to wait till the slipstream. I reckon they might, yeah, they should just about eke another lap out of this after this lap, but there's contact into turn 1. Beckinsale's forced out wide. There's the flash of the lights. What are you doing, man? Give me some space. Or don't know, actually, Beckinsale may have turned in a little bit from our view on screens at least. But there was a little bit of contact. Both drivers got away with it. And Whitford's now got the inside again for the inner loop, chicane, bus stop thing, whatever you want to call it. But here we go. Beckinsale held it round the outside superbly last time round, but he's going to probably try it again. No, he doesn't. But Whitford, oh, they both got it very sideways. A lot of attitude in these cars. Whitford comes back ahead, and I feel like there's one more lap after this, so it's not over yet for Beckinsale. It's going to bump drafting down into the penultimate corner. I hope he realises there's another lap and that he doesn't need to throw it all the way on this final 2 corners of the penultimate lap. Being forced a long way round onto the curb. A lot of people have made mistakes there. Neither of them made mistakes that time round. Excuse me. But here we go. Whitford is gonna get across the line. Is he gonna slow down? He can't really. No, they come across the line. There's another lap. It was too close to call. They come across the line for a final time. Whitford, he saw both of them flashing a little bit, but it was a bit of an unnervy sort of flash, like, will I make it across the line for another lap or won't I? And who's gone into the pits? MLV's in the pits, and judging by what he's just done, the angle he's just come from, he done exactly the same as Dave Finn in terms of lost it at the final corner and put him in the spun into the pit lane. But here we go, Beckinsale trying to get ahead. He's not even side by side this time, using a lot of the curb, and I feel like he screwed that one up, and he has. I feel like he's lost it now. I feel this is Whitford's to lose. Pulls away half a second, and that, I'm afraid, is game over unless Whitford makes a mistake. NGR still in third, one high Mofo in fourth. MLV was next to the NGR, so maybe there was a contact, maybe a bump. Scooby G trying to close in on web user Johnny, but isn't going to make it. But here we go, final corner. Whitford comes around for the final time. Beckinsale in very close quarters. Excellent driving for the sprint race, and there we go, flashing the lights, and takes the victory. Round 2 at Watkins Glen. Excellent racing from both these two drivers. NGR Lee comes across the line for third. One high Mofo takes fourth. Is his best result in the Escorts. Web user Johnny in a great 5th position. He'll be over the moon with that, especially after how the first race went. Scooby G in 6th. Numpty Ned in 7th. He'll be pleased with that as well. We had a good battle with people. MLV coming round in 8th after a trip through pit lane. Don't feel like it was a planned pit lane journey, but there we go. And also Dave Finn had a similar moment and will come home in a very lonely 9th. But what great racing we had there. Both races, so check out the first race as well. 2 excellent races. Dave Finn comes across the line. Finished the season well last season at Nürburgring. Combined wasn't quite to be, but he had a good battle in the first race, so we'd be pleased with his night, and was mixing it in that race as well. But there we go, Whitford takes the win at Watkins Glen Short. Beckinsale in second, just half second behind, though it could have been a lot closer had he not been screwed up at the in the loop. NGR Lee in third. One high Mofo, career best in the Escorts anyway, in fourth. Web user Johnny, I feel like that's his best, well, definitely in the Escorts is his best, is in fifth. Scooby G in sixth. Numpty Ned a best in seventh. MLV 8th, and Dave Finn in 9th. And who got the fastest lap? NGR Lee. Yeah, NGR Lee gets the fastest lap as well. So there we go, everyone. Some great racing tonight. check out both the streams, even if the commentary wasn't on the first one, but still great to watch anyway. And yeah, join us next week, guys, and at a new layout that we've not trialled, Sonoma, on the international layout, and hopefully that produced just as good racing as we got tonight. So thank you very much, guys, and if you want to get in, please do join us and head down to NXTGEN Racing and sign up. So thanks very much, everyone. Have a good evening. Good night.